Dorothy and her friend Amber decided to open their own business after graduating from college. They were coffee drinkers. They traveled a lot and knew about coffee almost everything. Therefore, they did not think for long about what to do. They rented a room and bought coffee from all over the world. They fried it themselves, sold it both in grains, and prepared a drink in a small cafe at the store. People appreciated that in their shop they can find coffee for every taste and price, and their business developed. Dorothy and Amber couldn't afford hired workers yet, so they took turns working. 6 months later, Dorothy began to notice that her shift was more than Amber's. She was even a little flattered. She thought she made coffee better, so people tend to come to the store when she was at the counter. One day, Dorothy had to go to another town to see her grandmother for the anniversary. She left the store on Amber and went to visit. Grandmother was very happy with the arrival of her beloved granddaughter. Dorothy felt as if time had stopped in her grandmother's town. Same people, same worries. Even the habits have not changed for many years. The same farmer John came every Saturday and delivered his homemade cheese to the inhabitants. And Grandma would go out on the porch and still demand that the man weigh the cheese in front of her. Dorothy laughed when John left, and they were left alone with Grandma. "Grandma, how many years has this farmer been bringing you cheese? Probably already in the 2nd decade, and every time you make him weigh. Do you not trust him?" Grandma laughed. "Of course I trust, and for 20 years he has never deceived me, and never once his cheese was bad." "Then why all these checks?" Dorothy was surprised. "There is a nice proverb, 'Trust but verify,'" Grandmother answered. "John is a nice farmer, but you don't know what's going on in his life. Maybe he has problems, and this time there will be less cheese, or problems will distract him and he will not give change correctly. No one can tell what is going on in the soul of another. Of course, I'm sure that John will return everything and fix it if I make a complaint, but why bring the matter to this if you can solve everything at once? Today you didn't check the change, it turned out to be less. And most likely it happened accidentally, but doubts already live in you. You begin to doubt the person. Why such difficulties and torments when an easy on-site check allows you to remain friends for a long time? Therefore, for 20 years, I have been buying cheese only from John, and we trust, but we check each other. These words planted doubts in Dorothy's head. She wasn't proud of her decision, but on her return, she installed a hidden camera in the store without telling Amber anything. After reviewing the tape, Dorothy was shocked. The reason for the lower revenue on Amber's working days turned out to not be that she brews coffee worse and has fewer visitors. Amber was stealing part of the profits. Dorothy simply could not believe her eyes, and of course, there could be no further joint business. Dorothy took out a loan and bought out her friend's share. This was the end of their joint business and long-term friendship. Trust is such a thing that is earned for a very long time and can disappear at any moment. Trust people, but still check sometimes.